people get trapped in these, they're kind of like fiat matrix, like they're in a world that it's hard to even know you're kind of in that prison. And basically what it is, it's an accounting prison and a savings prison, which is that, for example, Egypt's money supply is growing by 24% a year on average. It's been something averaging like 20%. Now it's like 24%, according to economist Steve Hanke. And so imagine you're in an environment and the unit of account you're using is increasing in supply by 20-some% every year. So now everybody in the society has to find a way to get 20% wage increases every year, or they're getting their share of the ledger diluted. They also have to figure out what they're going to do for their savings. So are they going to go to the gray market and get dollars? Are they going to store it in gold and then pay all the frictions? Is like a spread that you have to do in that environment.
Evolution of money and its slower pace compared to advancements in other sectors such as technology and energy abundance. Despite significant progress in various fields, money as a technology or method of exchange has lagged behind. Governments have historically favored centralization for the sake of efficiency and control, but this centralization often leads to corruption and vulnerabilities within the system. Alden points out that centralization, while efficient, comes with its own set of drawbacks, including susceptibility to manipulation and abuse of power. Decentralization, on the other hand, offers benefits but also poses challenges, particularly in establishing and maintaining checks and balances within the system. The conversation highlights the historical trend of centralization in addressing challenges related to money, albeit at the cost of increasing vulnerabilities. As we bring you clips from this Lyn Alden masterclass, I have a small request to ask. Would you mind taking a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel? Enjoy the video.
Everybody has a bank account.
Okay.
So in the United States and in most of Europe and other places, there's very high levels of banking access. But in a lot of developing countries, including Egypt, the overhead cost of a banking account is like not worth it for someone who has a net worth of like $300. And so there's a very cash-oriented business, and they're literally holding paper banknotes and getting devalued. And of course, by putting your money in the banking system, you're also getting highly surveilled. That's one of the costs of it. You're getting controlled, you're getting surveilled by doing that. So the exchange is okay, you'll get diluted slower now, but you've given up a lot of your control, and it's only available to kind of the middle class and higher in those regions. And in many cases, interest over the long run does not fully keep up with inflation. And so, if the money supply is growing every year by 20%, those interest rates have not been 20% the whole time. Right now, they're trying to get their grip on inflation, trying to tame it. But there was a period of time where interest rates were like 11% and money supply was still growing by 20%. And they were using things like their reserves like their central bank reserves, their FX reserves, to basically keep the pound, the Egyptian pound, harder than it otherwise would be, based on its supply growth, by selling reserve assets and kind of maintaining a bit of a peg to the dollar. So you can disguise that for a period of time, and then it all kind of comes out at once with these big devaluations. So over like a full, like a 10-year, 20-year period, there's a big chunk of the time where your interest rate is not keeping up with inflation. And then anyone that's in the cash market is not getting any interest rate at all. Why shouldn't the state issue money? Is that one is they're just not good at it. Power corrupts, and having the ability to control everyone's like accounting and savings unit is a rather extreme form of power. But I would say is that when the entire world operates like this, so a lot of people say, I wish we would just go back to another system. But when you see something happening literally everywhere, you have to recognize that the incentives for the system being like that are very strong. That there's not like one country outlier that doesn't do this. And so because of that, I think only with other technologies is that even going to be a possibility, not even a certainty. And that's kind of the challenge going forward, which is that I think people deserve better money. I think that if money is a market good, is something that should have competition. Like people should be able to choose what money they use. And in the modern era, if a nation state controls the borders, so they control both the physical borders, so ports of entry, you can only bring so much cash or gold through an airport, for example, or then they control the financial borders in the sense that if your bank wants to wire money internationally, the government has full control over what amounts or where or who can do that. So they have full control over both types of in and out transactions, with obviously some small amount of contraband and things like that can get through. But basically they have a very tight lock on the borders. And some of the recent technologies start breaking those currency silos. So Bitcoin stablecoins basically say either a decentralized currency or a centralized currency, but in another jurisdiction, like say a gold-backed stablecoin in Switzerland or a dollar-backed stablecoin in the United States or any other country. These are now these centralized hubs that can be sent peer-to-peer. So like you can send it with a QR code over a video call. You can send it over email. You can send it over a DM. And so money can now kind of go around those border checks, and that actually allows money to compete more globally the way that it used to.
As we come to the end of this insightful discussion with Lyn Alden, it's clear that our understanding of the global financial system has deepened. From the challenges of centralization to the promise of decentralized technologies, we've explored key issues shaping the future of money. We hope this video has sparked your curiosity and inspired further exploration into how we can navigate these complexities. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Until next time, stay informed and empowered. Thank you for watching.